gorgeous. It's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the new Birthstone palettes from BH Cosmetics. I have two to talk about today. I have a look that I've already created with this one, and we are making this look today with the Aquamarine palette. I also have a blush palette that we're going to be playing with, and just a tried and true favorite from BH. Other new products that I've picked up along the way in the Sephora VIB sale, recently in Ulta hauls. So we've got some new, some current, and some old favorites. So if that is something that sounds interesting to you, I hope that you will stick around. Let's start with the BH Cosmetics Aquamarine Birthstone palette. It has some beautiful shades. We have a light blue shimmer, we've got a cream color, a baby blue, a mocha, more of a red burgundy, silver, and then a deep blue with some sparkle. So it does have a nice mirror in it, and we are going to play. We are going to start with our base, and I am priming today with Cover FX Blurring Primer. I have had this for a while, and I just wanted to show it some love. I'm going to warm this up in my hands, and I'm going to press and rub this into my skin. It actually does feel mattifying, although it doesn't advertise that. Blurring primer and pore minimizer, but my skin feels like silk. It feels very soft. And I am just going to go ahead and prime my eyes while I'm in priming mode with the Juvias Place I Prep, I Prime eye primer, and it is in the shade 2. I have found that you do need to shake this before you use it. You really should shake all your liquid products before you use them, because it can come out a little bit oily otherwise. So I'm putting the teensiest amount on my hand, and I'm going to take my concealer brush and just put that in. I think this shade is a little bit deep for me, but I'm making it work because the shade number 1 looks like it's almost white. So I don't know if I want white. I'm going to go with this one. And really, once you put the shadows on, you don't see it anyway. It's just going to help your shadow shades pop. And I like that I don't have to set this with powder. It dries to a powdery finish. Okay, next we're jumping in with one of the new foundations that I got during my Sephora VIB sale, and that is the Sephora Best Skin Ever. This is not a first impression. I've worn this a couple of times and I really enjoy it. The shade I got is 24N, and it does come with a pump applicator. I'm going to put a little bit on the top of my foundation brush. That is not even a full pump, and we're just going to go in like that, and we're going to do a mix between stippling and pushing. So I used very little, and we're just going to see how far that half a pump or so gets us. Teensy bit more on there, and just go over the spots that I think need a little help. Pressing. So it's probably a pump, maybe a pump and a half. I think it looks very nice. Let's jump into the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. I love this, and I will tell you, I have found a new concealer application method that I have been enjoying. I'm just wiping off this brush that had the eye primer on it to make sure that I'm not getting any of that eye primer under my eyes. And number one, making sure that under my eyes is very moisturized. I'm going to shake up the concealer to make sure that it is good. And then what I have been doing, I think I'm heavy-handed with products. So to make sure that I'm not being heavy-handed, I'm putting a little bit on my hand, and that was one light swipe on my hand. And then I am dabbing my brush in there with just a little bit of product, and then I am lightly putting that under my eyes. If you find a concealer that has good coverage, the less the better, especially if you have more mature skin. So if you're going in very light layers, if you need to add more, you can, as long as you keep it in light layers. And then if I set under my eyes, it's very, very lightly with a very lightweight, sometimes illuminating powder, or I don't set it at all. And if you get a little bit of creasing, you can just throughout the day, just keep checking. But this Dior concealer is beautiful. It is so lightweight. It is so creamy. I'm very much enjoying it. So let's go ahead and set the rest of the face with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. Show this guy some love. It's been a while since I have played with this. Just have a fluffy Luxie brush here, swirling around, and just lightly setting that foundation. I have a new liquid bronzer, and this is from Soul Body, which is a sister company of Colourpop. It is the Soul Face and Body Bronzing Balm in the shade Medium. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like swatched. I have used this once and am very excited to share it with you. And I'm going to swirl it right in there, and then I'm going to stamp it in. I got a lot of product, so we're just going to spread it out. Again, stippling, because we are putting, whenever you put a liquid on top of a powder, you don't want to brush it in because you could remove the foundation underneath. It's just a good layering technique, and be light-handed. We'll go around the forehead. Nice sun-kissed look. We need to blend that out a little bit more. You can take your powder brush and just sort of pat it. There's nothing on my powder brush. We're just blending. Oh, and if I didn't mention, this smells so good. It smells like coconut. It smells really sweet and yummy, like vacation. Okay, next we're gonna go in with a liquid blush. This one is from Milani. This is the Cheek Kiss in Nude Flush. We're gonna shake it up. I like to put a little bit on my hand. We are going to take another e.l.f. stippling brush, and we're just gonna tap it in there and tap it on. This is one of my favorite cream blushes. It's very natural. It's a nice peachy brown. And then if we wanted a little more color, I have my Natasha Denona blush here in the shade Golden Caribbean. And we're just gonna tap into that a little bit. It's just another Luxie angled brush. And this blush is very pigmented, so I'm going to take just a touch and put it right on the apples, if not a little bit above. I am barely touching into this blush, just to add a little bit more color. I am going to jump off camera and take care of the brows, and I'll be right back. I am back, and I have you zoomed in because we are going to jump into the eyes now. And the star of the show today are the BH Cosmetics Birthstone palettes. I picked up the April palette. Let's take a look at this one. I will put up a picture of a look that I created using this palette. It's got some beautiful, this is a peach, a pink, a silver. We've got a black. Oh, so beautiful. These are just absolutely gorgeous colors. Makes me want to pick up more from BH. This is the first shadow that I've purchased from them in a long time. I picked up their Zodiac palettes a couple of years ago. And then I also picked up the March Aquamarine palette, and that's the one we're going to play with today. And we've got some beautiful, this is a stunning, I'm dying to get into this color. I mean, look how beautiful that is. Can you see the reflect? And then another light blue shimmer. We've got a lot of gorgeous colors to play with here. But for today, we have to decide, what are we gonna do? I mean, easy peasy. This one is gonna go into the crease, and it is called Secretive. Have any of you picked up the palettes? They have them for every month. I wasn't drawn to January and February, but March and April, yes, and I have a feeling May is going to be stunning. I'm sure they're going to do some sort of green theme. So we're going to jump into Secretive with my, this one is my Profusion Firm Blending Eyeshadow ES2. We're just going to frame out the eye with this shade. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down this Daydreamer shade right on the crease of the eye. And we are going to do some layering, but I'm going to start with that one. This is the Wayne Goss 06. I chose that one because it's got a little bit of a flatness to it. We'll see if I have the proper flat brush to do this. I'm going in with Daydreamer. And we're just going to press that on the eye. This is my first impression with this palette. It is so hard to find a pastel color with such opaqueness, such good pigment. This is stunning. I am just patting. That is beautiful. Let me go under the eye with a little bit of that Secretive. Now honestly, if you were looking for a soft look, you could add a little mascara and go right now. That is beautiful. But you know, we're going to take it a little bit further. I'm going to get into this beautiful aquamarine color, and I'm going to throw that all over the lid now on top of that Daydreamer. And I'm going to use my finger for that. I mean, that's beautiful. takes it, the brightness up a notch or two there. Switch the fingers. Just fixing that crease a little bit. You get a little sloppy with the shimmers, you can just go back in and blend that out. Okay, and you know I have to get into this Jet Setter shade. That's that duochrome. So I think I'm gonna focus that more on the inner corner area, the inner third of the eye. Oh my goodness. Little bit of fallout to be expected with glitters, but this is really not chunky at all. It's pretty darn smooth. Just brush that away. Now, again, you could be done right there, but if you wanted to deepen it up, I'm going to take this Slightly Shy shade, which is like a smoky gray blue, and I'm going to use that on the outer corner of the top and the bottom. So I'm going to use a small, this is a Morphe brush, but it's very small, very similar to my Profusion one that I enjoy so much. And let's see how this works on the outer corner. Got a little more fallout. Got a lot of blue under my eyes. We're gonna fix that. Go back in with that secretive again. Make sure that those edges are blended. And underneath. So sometimes when you get a little fallout, all you need to do is go in with a makeup wipe and reapply your concealer. So I am going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. All I did was wipe away the fallout, reapply that Dior concealer, which went on wonderfully, and it worked out fine because I took off a little bit of my blush while I was cleaning up, and I totally forgot I had picked up a blush palette from BH when I was shopping for the Birthstone palettes, and this is stunning. We've got some peachy tones, some pinky tones, and some shades in between, and this one is called the Vanilla Cream Truffle 4-color blush palette, and I'm excited to throw some of this on. So I'm gonna go back into my blush brush, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into this shade right here. I might even mix. I think I'm gonna mix this one and this one together. And then we're just gonna fix our face products a little bit. Big deal. I like it. Okay, so let's finish off these eyes. I got makeup wipes laying here, and I am going to jump into my BH liner that you know I love. This is the Power Pencil Black Liner. I bought this as a 3-pack. It came in black, silver, and gold. This is the black one. So I'm gonna go ahead and line the upper waterline, a little bit of the outer edge, and a little bit of the lower edge. This is the Big Papa mascara. Still obsessed, still love it. Just a great mascara. Okay, let's go ahead and finish off the face. Okay, I am back. Loving the mascara, loving the shadows. Let's go ahead and throw a lip on. And for today, I am going to jump back into my e.l.f. and Jen Atkin brown. I'm loving this liner and lipstick. It's just so convenient. And then I have a new gloss to throw on. This is in the shade Bring It On Brown, if I didn't mention that. I'm actually considering picking up the red. So while we let that set for a moment, I'm going to go ahead and throw on some setting spray from Wet n Wild. The hair out of the way. Didn't add anything to the inner corner of my eye. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go back into that palette, and I think I'm just going to try a little bit of that Affectionate color, see if it pops enough. Maybe a little bit of that baby blue in there. I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and set the face. Droplets, make sure you. Now we're ready for the gloss, a Marc Jacobs gloss. Beautiful coppery shade. I feel a minty undertone. I absolutely love it. Tell me what you think about the eye look. I hope you love it. Are you interested in BH's Birthstone palettes? I know I am. I've used all of these shades. They all perform very well. The blue, not necessarily up my alley, like my sort of taste, but it is a beautiful look that I think we toned down with the brown on the structure, and I don't think it's too much. Let me know. So all of the things worked out really well. Still loving all the products. I think this is fantastic. I just like to sniff it. The foundation looks good. I even had to fix a boo-boo and it worked out really well. I'm loving everything. And if you're curious, any product that I didn't discuss that is on my face will be in the description box. Check out the description box for all of the items that I talked about today. You just go down and there will be links that will take you directly to the products. And if you have not subscribed, I hope that you will consider subscribing. Hit the like button, leave a comment to let me know you were here. Let me know if you are excited about the May palette. If you have any of the BH palettes, I would love to hear your thoughts on them. And the only boo-boo was the fallout, and that's my fault. When you're working with a lot of glitters, most glitters do drop down. So what I would suggest if you pick up any of these palettes, especially if they are more glittery styles, is just to do the eyes first. I will see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.